All right, this is definitely the stunner of the clutch. Probably the best one. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. Yes, it's dark already. It gets dark too early here. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So, the door's blowing shut. We're actually getting some kind of a tropical storm here, believe it or not, in the next day or two. Which is kind of weird because it never really rains here during the winter. It's like it's the dry season. So it's actually good for the crops, good for the breeding too of the snakes. So I have no problem with that. But as long as the house doesn't blow away, nah, it shouldn't. It's only gonna be like 40-mile-per-hour winds. But some of my outdoor plants might have to be put in the garage. Having said that, we're gonna take a look today, and we're gonna be looking at 2 ball python clutches that were produced last year. Some really high quality, high-end stuff that you might be interested in purchasing. I haven't listed them yet, but I wanted you guys to see how they're turning out. There's a lot of good potential here, and I think you're gonna love today's video. So stay tuned. Let's go into that snake room. All right, we're gonna show you a cool ball python clutch. It was a super orange dream, super inchy fire, yellow belly, banana head pied, possible head hypo. Imagine that male. That was a crazy male. He was bred to a pied. I produced this clutch in 22. He's about a year and a half old, these babies. Let's take a look and see how they're doing. Probably should list these guys, but we'll see. I really love them all. I never really even thought about listing them yet, but I'm thinking about selling these. So if anyone's interested, you can reach out. This is an Enchi Orange Dream Fire pied. We hit the visual pied here. It's a female. It was a male maker, male. And when you have a male maker, banana, usually it means all the males that we produce will be bananas and everything else will be female, all the non-bananas. Sometimes you get a violation of that rule, but let's see with this clutch how we do. So once again, you can see the beautiful Enchi. You would think that, I'm not exactly positive that there's Enchi in here. I really thought it was when it was first produced, but it's a very it's a very high white pied. So high white pies don't usually occur with Enchi present. Definitely Orange Dream, fire for sure, pied, possible head hypo, and I don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's any yellow belly in here at all. I don't see it. The pattern is just too smooth. There's no jaggedness to it really, so I'm thinking that there's probably no yellow belly in this baby girl. Now this one we missed the visual pied on this one. We didn't hit the visual pied. There was a 50% chance of hitting pied. We missed it on this one, but this one's really nice. This is a female, obviously not a banana. So it's Enchi Orange Dream, 100% het pied with a possible het hypo. And she's put on some nice size in the last year. As you can see in my hand here, she's a good eater. And we don't really feed them too heavy, these guys, because they're kind of not in the holdback rack. They're in the semi-hold. I have like, there's an intermediate rack, which I call the possible holdback rack. So they get a little bit more food than the non-holdback rack. The holdback rack supposedly gets the most, but I don't think we've been feeding that enough either lately. The price of rats have been very high. So, a lot of times we feed every 10 to 14 days just to make it a little bit more affordable. I'm sure most of you can relate to that. But you can see the nice orange blushing in here. There's your Orange Dream. Enchi is definitely changing the pattern here. You can see that that's an Enchi pattern. And then, of course, het pied. I wonder if, I haven't ever looked, it doesn't, but you can see the het pied marker. Actually, these, yep, there's the railroad tracks, pied markers. I mean, you don't have to even question it because the mother was a visual pied, so everything's het pied, but it's not visual. All right, now this is an Enchi Orange Dream pied. That's possible het hypo. This is definitely Enchi because it's very low white, as you can see. The Enchi pieds are minimal white usually, majority of pattern, which I kind of like. Actually, I like that variation. But so this is definitely Orange Dream in here too as well. So we got the Orange Dream, the Enchi gene, visual pied, possible head hypo. And once again, another female, putting on some really, really nice size here. And I think she's going to be up to, I think next year she'll be close to breeding. She's obviously not this year, she's still really small, but probably by 2 years old, I think we might get her up to breeding size. Once they start eating rats, like small rats, like I think she's at that stage now where she could probably take a small rat, then the growth rate really increases a lot. When they're eating mice, you know, or even rat pups, if that's what you feed, they just don't grow as well. All right, this is definitely the stunner of the clutch, probably the best one. It's a male, as you can see, because it's banana. This is banana, Enchi, I believe, but then again, maybe not Enchi because it is very high white. So I'd probably call it banana orange dream fire. Anything that gets this yellow is usually fire in it. It even yellows out the banana. I think there is yellow belly in here because of the jagged edging on the pattern. And this is obviously a visual pied, possible head hypo. This little boy is just really, really nice. He'll definitely be breeding by next year for sure. We probably, if we fed him hard, we could probably get him breeding in the middle of the year, but I'm not in any rush. I have a lot of really good pied males. He might be my only banana fire yellow belly pied that I have. And once again, I don't, you know, his head looks like he's Enchi, but I just can't buy the Enchi thing in here because once again, he's very high white. But he's beautiful. He was beautiful when he was born. He's still beautiful. Nice. I like the way the splotches of pattern are kind of splotched right onto the white background. Really beautiful. All right, this is the last one in this clutch that I'm going to show you. And this is what I believe to be Enchi, Orange Dream, Pied, possible head hypo, female. Really nice. You can see it's very low white pied, so it's still pretty low white pied. So I would say the Enchi is more than likely. This is definitely an Enchi pattern, so I'm pretty sure about that. I'd probably be less likely to be sure about the Orange Dream, although I see a lot of orange right here. That's really typical of Orange Dream pieds. And I have this one listed down as an emoji. Look at that, there it is. For those of you who don't know what an emoji pied is, it's like a little face that's in the pied marking. And we love our emoji pieds. This boy's a little frisky. Actually, I said this girl's a little frisky. She doesn't want to be bothered too much. She doesn't want me touching her tail. But there it is, emoji pied. All right, this next clutch we're going to look at, another ball python clutch. This is an Orange Dream Ultramel pied, head hypo. We talked about him yesterday. Bred a Orange Dream het pied, 50% head hypo. So let's see what we got here. This was from July of last year. We produced this, and they're a year old too. And this is a possible Super Orange Dream pied. It's got Enchi in it as well. As you can see, it's very low white, so we definitely got the Enchi in there. The interesting thing about this that really sets it apart from the clutch I just showed you is that this is also head ultramel. So everything in this clutch is going to be head ultramel because the father was an ultramel. So that's another dimension. Imagine this now with ultramel. So an ultramel orange dream, a super orange dream, if it is super orange dream, Enchi pied. So that would be tremendously powerful. Once again, trying to get some really good genes into that triple recessive project that we have, that ultra-low pied project. Everything here is going to be possible head hypo, 66%. These snakes might be worth sending out their sheds and seeing if they are exactly head or not, because that could dictate whether we're going to keep them or not, or how much we're going to sell them for. Because it would definitely raise the value if they are head hypo. All right, now this boy, that last one was a male. This is a male also. This is an Enchi Super Orange Dream pied, very low white, which makes sense. You put the Enchi gene in there. It's really, really oranged out. And this is also 100% head ultramel, possible head hypo. This little boy is a powerhouse for sure, because he is Super Orange Dream like I suspect. and we're gonna get, you know, all Orange Dream and his progeny. Take some more valuable. These guys are a little high strung. And just a beautiful snake, very low white pied, if you're into low white pieds, which you should be, because they're good breeders, because you don't want to lose all your pattern. If you lose all your pattern and you get like a white snake, a white looking pied, you kind of lose the beauty of it. Here's another beautiful little brother from this clutch. This one's spectacular. I have it listed as Enchi Orange Dream Pied, head ultramel, possible head hyper, but I really think this is super Orange Dream, to be honest with you. This is tremendously orange, and that's a lot of orange saturation. It's obviously got at least there's definitely one copy of Enchi in here because of the low white pied aspect of it. And this one is just one copy of Enchi with 2 copies of Orange Dream. All right, here's the only female from that clutch. Enchi, possible super Orange Dream, het pied. This is not a visual pied. And it's head ultramel and possible head hypo, so triple head. It's got a lot of, it almost looks pied, but it's not. Those are probably, if anything, maybe little ringers or just little hints of the pied in there, but I think that white creeping up the side is more the super Orange Dream. So I'm calling this Enchi super Orange Dream. Head pied, head hypo, head ultramel. Actually, it's possible head hypo at 66%. But this is a beautiful female, great potential, and she could definitely be producing some beautiful triple recessive ultra glow pied somewhere in the future if we get lucky. So, very nice snake. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Hope you loved the pied clutches that we looked at today. There's some really nice ones. We got Orange Dream and Enchi, Yellow Belly, Banana, all kinds of cool fire, all kinds of cool genes mixed into our pied projects. We also have, obviously, that Ultramel pied hypo project. So there's a lot of great potential out there. These snakes were produced over a year ago now, so they're about a year and a half old. And, you know, by next year, they're going to be breeding. And that's kind of gives you guys a jump start if you want to get into these projects, especially because I already have put genes into them that were not in there before. So, you know, before I was just dealing, and I showed you a couple days ago, the Ultra Glow Pied project. Now we have Banana, Fire, Enchi able to be put into this project as well. So there's a tremendous amount of potential for the future. And I hope you guys take advantage of it. And once again, if you ever want questions answered, feel free to reach out to me. All right, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, you know what to do. Show us the love. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. Hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.